First question, Adam Spoley.
Hey, PJ, there's a report that the league is considering a 7 to 14-day pause due to all the positive tests. Has the PA had any sort of a conversation about that yet?
I haven't heard anything about that yet.
Do you have any thoughts on ways that the league can improve some of the protocols that they've gone through?
Nah, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I just try to comply as much as possible and get through it. It's tough times. You know, the league gonna have experts and everybody on it, try to figure out the best way to get through it. But you know, whatever way to make it so we can play.
Christos Saltis.
Hello, PJ. I would like to ask you, what was the biggest concern of the last night's game against the Lakers, and how important for you is to set the pace from your defensive end?
We definitely got to set the pace of the game with our defense starting out. We got to be a little more aggressive, a little more assertive. But the biggest thing is just getting back in transition. They had like 50 transition points or something crazy. So we got to get back. They're leaking out and unloading the ball down court. So that'll be a focus.
Kelly Iko.
Hey, PJ, overall, how would you assess how you guys responded to their own defensive pressure in terms of on offense, moving the ball?
We weren't great offensively, but I think if we can slow down on the turnovers and get back on defense, then we'll be right in the game. Even with their runs when they went up, we brought the game back to a manageable place a couple times. So we just got to lock in those critical points and not get so far down.
Brian Bearfield.
PJ, I know you all are still missing Daniel House in the starting lineup, but how good does it feel to have the majority of your team back in there? You all starting to get used to each other as far as continuity is concerned, you know, learning the habits of some of the newer players?
We're still figuring out. It's still early. You know, when you look at things and how things go around the league, it's still early. We're still trying to figure out just like everybody else. And it's going to be a process. You know, guys been in and out, missing games, missing practices. But we just trying to figure it out until we get to a place where we can have everybody and get to a better place. So it's like everybody's tenacity and staying focused and trying to get better.
Ali Kampajani.
Hey, PJ, with a bigger team like the Lakers, you and Christian will battle a lot with AD and Gasol. How do you think Christian has fared, or at least initially in that first matchup, against those bigger players? And what can he do to improve if he hasn't?
Well, I think Christian's pretty big. Plus, he's not undersized by any means. But I honestly, the game's much bigger than just size and just being me and Christian versus the bigs. Like, there's so much more going in the game that makes a difference, that makes a bigger difference than that. Things that we got to lock in on that will determine if we're going to be in the game and have a chance to win it. People focus so much on that kind of stuff when that stuff is such a small percentage of the outcome of the game.
Mark Berman.
PJ, what are the pluses of getting them back again so quickly after having a tough game, having a chance to look at the tape, see what you did wrong, and getting them tomorrow night?
I like being able to come right back and play the same team again. Win or loss, you know, you learn from it, especially this early in the season. Trying to figure it out. It's our first time facing them since the playoffs last year. You get to see how different they are with the new team and their their replacements for last year. And for me, getting that second chance, guys seeing it, getting a feel for it, how we playing and what we want to do, and then trying to, make adjustments and see how we fare after that.
Thank you, PJ.